Hello, fellow travelers. I'm going to quickly try to address a topic that has come up quite a bit with clients and also a lot of online questions that I've had on my social media channels. So this is because I talk a lot about the law of detachment, remaining free of expectation, and how much expectation can cause pain later. This is based around the theory of the law of detachment, and I will link something that helps you understand that a little bit more. But also, if we're going to go beyond just the spiritual simplicity, but look at it from a biblical standpoint, if that's what you're interested in, then that would have to do with free will also, and allowing people, including yourself, to experience free will. So how does this apply to relationships? I think that people confuse the law of detachment with their avoidance style in their relationships, or their ability or inability to bond with another human being. So then it looks like conflicting information when you watch videos from me on love avoidant or emotionally unavailable people, as well as addictive patterns, which is another attachment style, and how that is projected into relationships. And then you also hear me talk about the law of detachment and how important it is to be detached. That is not an avoidant tactic. So to be clear, and I will link more information on attachment styles here. I'm not going to delve into that too much. If you need to understand more of the whys and the hows, you're going to want to talk to a psychologist about that if you feel that would be beneficial for you. I'm just going to give you the information so that you can do with it what you wish. And if you need support around moving towards secure attachment styles while living the life of detachment from expectation, that's when you would want to talk to me. So the theory I'm going to link also, so you can read more about the theory of the attachment styles and the importance of what this means for our relationships. But a brief overview would be a parent or primary caregiver may have had a dysfunctional attachment style as the child was growing up. So the child had to learn to accommodate on some level. And that helps the brain develop in a more permanent way, because as I've said in previous videos, the most permanent part of the brain is developed from the time you're born till you're about 15 or so. It's different for everyone, but that's the generalization. And there's different attachment styles in a home where there's children, and the parent or primary caregiver is either going to have a secure attachment style, which of course is optimal and ideal, which the children then are more likely to develop secure attachment styles for themselves because they've had that example their whole life. Then there's the avoidant attachment style, ambivalent or anxious attachment style, and disorganized attachment style. And again, more information is linked in this video on that. This causes an adult to grow up with, if they don't have the secure attachment style, then they develop an anxious or preoccupied attachment style, dismissive and avoidant, or the fearful avoidant. And this, of course, is going to impact how they show up in relationships. And then we can talk about the love avoidant, emotionally unavailable people, and the addictive patterns. And as you read those details, you'll start to put the pieces together based on my past videos and what you've learned to understand about yourself. So, going back to the law of detachment and appreciating one's free will, that is more about attachment to a desired outcome. So we can't use the spiritual concept of the law of detachment as a means to remain in an avoidant state. To be truly whole, if we live in wholeness and wellness, complete wellness involves mind, body, and spirit, and everything being all encompassed, working on the health and the balance of all of those dynamics and how they interact with each other within ourselves. And then we start to attract people who are also working on that. And as we develop more secure attachment styles to other human beings, it starts to heal our dysfunctional and unhealthy attachment styles. But as you grow into those more secure attachment styles and you start to become more comfortable in them, one of the things that helps with that process is knowing the distinction between the avoidant, the unavailable, emotional unavailability, as well as the disassociation that can happen when we're in the process of healing or moving through these attachment styles that were unhealthy into a secure, if that's our goal. If your goal isn't to have secure and you really want to stay in the attachment style you have, then that's your prerogative. This is for the people who are wanting to grow into secure attachment styles and have those types of relationships, regardless of whether they're romantic or you want to have children and you want to have a secure attachment style before you have children. This is all really critical information for you to know and understand, especially if you are single and you're not married yet and you don't have children yet. The earlier we start to learn and understand this aspect of ourselves, the healthier environment we can create for ourselves in the future and for young people. The Law of Detachment, I will post more information again on all of these things in this video, in links below in the description. None of them to my site because this is not my area of expertise. The psychology of it is something you need to talk to a psychologist about if you feel you need to. But if you need support around growing towards the secure attachment and merging the mind, body, and spirit, then that's where I can help you if you have questions. But just bear in mind that the Law of Detachment is not unavailability. It is remaining detached from an outcome that you may have a manifestation, an idea, something you pray for, but not being too attached, too rigid about what that is going to look like or feel like. Growing into it, going with the flow as it evolves and moves. That is the Law of Detachment. Giving another human being, once you start to bond with another person, knowing that you both still have independence when you are with and not with each other, and you're both autonomous people. You can become one with another human being and have a secure attachment style while still remaining autonomous and independent. And learning the distinction there is how you begin to become a master of the Law of Detachment while growing into secure attachment styles. So, if you have more questions about navigating that aspect, I'd be happy to answer them. And I appreciate you guys bringing it up because I think it's a very important topic. Please don't use the spiritual concept of the Law of Detachment and remaining free and detached as a way to excuse your inability or unwillingness to bond with other human beings, because there's something to be said for healing this and attaching and becoming secure with other people and learning to deeply love and accept the risks that are involved in that, because it's really amazing when you can do that, and it's very empowering. No matter how much something may hurt in the future, just knowing that you're capable of it is so beyond the pain that it's worth the journey. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helps clear some of these aspects up since I've talked about both. And I hope this kind of marries the ideas together a little bit for you. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.